new Epstein files have been released, but it's not what you might think. They have been released by the House Democrats, and you can imagine that they pretty much only go after Trump. But nonetheless, the emails are very worth looking into and very interesting. We have to understand, though, that the Democrats for years said anything Epstein related was a conspiracy theory. Now they're jumping on the wagon for political gain, just like Republicans are now. Previously in the past, they said we need to release the Epstein files, and now they're like, there are no files. And anyone that thinks that there's anything there is a weakling. This is far deeper than Republican or Democrat. In fact, that's the point. It is a blackmail ring run by the Israeli government and Israeli intelligence, Mossad. And we're going to go into what these files say here, which I think they're very important nonetheless, regardless of who they target, because it does reveal some very interesting information. As the Daily Mail reports, Jeffrey Epstein says Trump spent hours with one of his victims in trove of shocking new emails. In an email exchange between Epstein and accomplice Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein notes that an alleged victim had spent hours at my house with Trump. And I quote, "I want you to realize that the dog that hasn't barked is Trump," Epstein wrote in an April 2011 message to Maxwell. And I quote, "Victim spent hours at my house with him. He has never once been mentioned," he continues. It says, in another email between Epstein and journalist Michael Wolff from 2019, very interesting, again, with Michael Wolff, the guy who wrote Fire and Fury. Epstein writes that redacted victim, Mar-a-Lago, redacted. Trump said he asked me to resign. Never a member, ever. Of course, he knew about the girls as he asked Ghislaine to stop. So that's an interesting email with, again, a lot redacted that leaves a lot up to the imagination and seems rather cherry-picked. This, of course, supports Trump's assertion that he was pissed that Epstein was recruiting at Mar-a-Lago and asked Ghislaine to stop. And in 2015, reply to Epstein, months after Trump declared his candidacy for president, Wolff says, "I think you should let him hang himself." So again, they're talking about blackmail. I thought they said that Epstein wasn't a blackmail agent. That's what Kash Patel was trying to claim recently. And I quote, "If he says he hasn't been on the plane or to the house, then that gives you a valuable PR and political currency," Wolff continues. "You can hang him in a way that potentially generates a positive benefit for you. Or if it really looks like he could win the election, you could save him, generating a debt." Interesting, isn't it? That is the epitome of blackmail. Of course, this is all theater. So the Israeli intelligence agencies are like, okay, let's feed a little bit more information to the Democrats this time. Let's feed a little bit more information to the Republicans this time. Isn't it obvious? And then it also keeps people in that circus of politics as well.